I am currently getting ready for my graduation at 6:30 a.m. This is obviously not the ideal setup in the Airbnb, so hang with me here, but I already got the hair done. It's been curled. I put my Verb hair oil in, and then I hairsprayed it with my little travel size Tresemme, which is basically the one that I use at home. So hopefully you're able to see a little bit of the routine, but this is obviously not like the optimal setup because I'm at an Airbnb as opposed to my home. So I just primed my face with my Hourglass primer, and I'm going to go in with my Uoma Beauty foundation. Oops, yeah, this is definitely not the optimal setup here, but try to make it work. So I'm gonna go in with like 2 pumps of my foundation because I can always add more of it onto my face. Hopefully my stream isn't like too glitchy. I am using the Airbnb Wi-Fi, so I don't, you know, this is obviously not my ideal setup, but working on it. I'm hopefully gonna do a makeup look that's similar to the one that I did for my practice run stream a couple days ago. So it's all coming full circle now. I'm just doing it at 6:30 a.m. right now because I have to be on my campus at 7:30, so half hour should be enough time because the hair's already done. But just blending in my foundation here with a wet beauty blender. Trying to make sure I get all this good coverage. It's gonna be pretty hot where I'm at today. So I think it's supposed to be like up to 85. Thankfully my graduation's pretty early, like it's at 8:30, so it shouldn't be too big of an issue with the heat, but we'll see. I also have to wear like a big black graduation gown, so I certainly will not be super cool. I am gonna blend my foundation down onto my neck, particularly today because I want to make sure it all looks nicely blended. Just make sure my hairline, just for pictures, it looks good. I'm like afraid to put things like back in this bag because right now my phone's like resting on my makeup bag, and I'm nervous about grabbing things out of here and just like my phone falling again. I'm going in with my Laura Mercier powder that I typically use. It did shift a bit in my bag during the flight, so there's a bit more dumped out than I normally use, but that's all right. So I am just going in with the powder, just hopefully my face stays on. I'll probably try to use a little bit more powder than normal, and hopefully I don't look too pasty in photos, but we'll see. I am currently in Los Angeles where I went to school, if you saw my other streams, so gotta try to do the best that I can with the makeup because I feel like everyone in LA just looks really good at all times, so gotta do what I can. And for those who just joined, sorry about the setup. This is definitely not optimal. I am at an Airbnb, so right now everything's just resting on my makeup bag very loosely. But I think that's good on the powder. I guess just blend a little bit powder onto my neck so that the foundation I put on my neck stays there. But just trying to keep my look pretty simple today. Just because, you know, I want to look nice in photos, but I don't want to be like, wow, I looked really crazy in that. I'm gonna try to like pre-grab some of my products out of here and see. Okay, this is one thing that I hate about traveling is trying to find all of my makeup products from my tiny bag. Okay, we're doing okay so far. Let me just remove everything from this bag that I'm going to need in the future, actually. Which is a lot of stuff to be done to my face still. But we're working through it. Okay, I think I got most of what I needed. All right, so I'm going to go in with my powder here. This is technically a powder foundation, so let me see if I can boost this up a little bit. That's maybe a little bit better. I don't know. I'm gonna go with my powder foundation. Technically, this is a foundation that you can use by itself, but I just feel like I need a little bit more coverage because my skin's a bit oily, but also blending this down onto my neck, just getting that really cohesive look. Making sure everything is covered, and then I look nice. I have just like a nice like matte base to work with. Okay, I still did not find some of the products that I needed. So I'm gonna go in with my bronzer. So when I did my trial run of this makeup, I think I was like really heavy with how I did this. So I'm gonna try to use like a little bit of like a lighter hand, put this on just so that it doesn't look too blotchy because I hate that look. I also do have like a little bit of like acne scars because, you know, don't we all? So I definitely do not want to highlight those too much because sometimes my product does sit in the scars, and that's just not you know, the optimal look, but do what we can. So this is not my like normal bronzer, I would say. I normally use the Nars Bronzer, but I do think this Physicians Formula one does give me like a warmer glow. And as you can see, I have used quite a bit of this product, so it's not like I never use it. I just don't use it as often, I guess. Which I probably should start using this more often because it's definitely a significantly more affordable product than the Nars one. Although Physicians Formula, I do feel like is, I don't know, I feel like a lot of the drugstore products are like not as cheap as they used to be. So like this Physicians Formula thing, I think it was still like, it was possibly over like $10 still. So it's not like super cheap, but it's definitely cheaper than like some of the more expensive high-end stuff. But I'm also going to bronze my forehead a little bit here and under the chin. I wished I had gotten just like a little bit more like natural like glow, just like a little bit of sun on my face, but unfortunately it's been like kind of a cooler like spring, at least in California, so I have not really had the chance to do that yet. I'm going in with my little Nars Blush, just smiling, putting it on the apples of my cheeks. Trying not to do too much because this is like a rather like dark pigmented blush actually. This is like their best selling one, but I feel like I definitely need to be careful because it's quite a bit of color, and just blending it towards the back off of my cheeks. It is graduation day. I'm very, very excited. All right, I'm gonna go in with my highlighter now, my Ofra highlighter. As you can see, I use most of the same products every day because they're covered in a lot of makeup already. Let me find the brush that I need. Fantastic. I think this is actually the second time I've used I guess this is the second time I've purchased this highlighter because I had one and I was like, this is gonna last me forever. Like there's no way I'm ever gonna use this entire highlighter. Like who uses an entire highlighter? I guess the answer is me. Thank you for the good luck wishes. All the hard part's done, so now I just need to get to the campus on time, and hopefully my feet don't hurt too bad in my heels, and you know, I can find my family after and things. I'm just gonna do like a little bit of nose contour. I don't know what the mask rule is, so I'm gonna try to just keep it like light on my face just in case I do have to wear a mask or anything. Because you never know. California is definitely a little bit more strict on things. Okay, so now like all like the powders in my face are done, so I'm gonna move on to my eyes. So let me find my eyeshadow primer. Fantastic. I'm also gonna try to find my mascara while I'm in here digging for stuff. All right. Nope, this isn't what I needed. Okay, I'm gonna go in with a little bit of the KVD Shake Eyeshadow Primer. This is not a very good angle of me. And I'm just going to prime my eyelids a bit so that hopefully everything stays on my face today. And I just have some good color on here. But just really trying to keep it simple. I think I'm gonna do something similar to what I did like in my trial run of makeup. I don't think it's gonna be exactly that because it was definitely a little bit of a cooler look than I wanted. So I have two like little eyeshadow palettes I brought with me traveling because why not? So I think I'm gonna go in with, okay, I'm gonna go with the Natasha Denona palette. I'm gonna go in with just this basic color here. And I'm gonna try to keep it light. So I think I'm gonna blend in a little bit more of a different eyeshadow also. But I'm just going in like on the outer part of my eye and then just sweeping the color over. I do my eyeshadows last on my face. I don't know. I just feel like if I like try to do it before anything else in my makeup routine, then I end up like taking off a bunch of the eyeshadow, like with my foundations and powders and all that other stuff that I do. So I know this isn't like typically like what like beauty people recommend, but this is what works for me. Because I'd rather just go back in and like clean up any eyeshadow that falls onto my face later, instead of like, oh no, my foundation took off a bunch of my eyeshadow. Now I need to fix all of that. Because I don't think I'm as good with my eyeshadow as I am at doing the rest of my face, because I wear like a pretty full face of makeup almost every day for work. So I feel like that's easier to touch up. So I'm just going in with a little bit more color here. And make sure like it looks pretty, it's like a hard bounce. I'm trying to make sure that like I look pretty natural and it's like, you know, like a nice timeless look, but I also want to make sure that it looks good in photos too. So just putting a little bit more color on the outside of my eye and just sweeping it over. This is like a pretty neutral color, so I am able to build it up a bit more. So now I'm gonna go in with, I'm gonna use the Tartelette Baby Bloom palette and just put like a little bit of, actually I might just use this shade as my outer. Let's just try that. Not that now is the time to be trying anything, but oh well. I'm gonna try to just put this on my outer like V area for dimension. A little bit under my eye. Just because I really like to do the under the eye with the shadow, just because I feel like it really ties the look together. I probably should have gone with a thinner brush for that, but that's all right. We're here now. Just trying to press kind of lightly in the outer corner with my brush, just so that this look isn't too intense. I just want to add a little bit of like dimension to this eye here, but just trying to keep this like pretty light. Plus I might be sweating later because it will be 85, which like in the grand scheme of like heat, like that's not too bad, but it's kind of warmer than it's been here, so I'm not ready for the heat. I normally feel like I do better with my eyeshadow on this eye than I do on this eye, so wish me luck on this side here. Do the best we can. But just trying to take it slow, just slowly build up the color. It's a lot easier to add more eyeshadow color than it is to take some away if you did too much. Which is definitely a makeup lesson that I had to learn the hard way sometimes, where I'm like, wow, this was way too much shadow. but hopefully, I think it's coming out good so far. It's just like very, very natural. I think it's looking very natural, which is good. Okay, these eyes don't look totally the same, but I like the look that each is giving, so not mad at it. Let me just bring the color up on this one a little bit more. This is certainly a lot of makeup to be doing so early in the morning, because I'm not a morning person. I really only woke up this early because I had like a dream that I missed my graduation, so I like panicked and like woke up at like 5:40 before I'd even set my alarm. So I'm gonna go in with like a smaller makeup brush and just do like a little bit more color under my eyes here, just to really tie it all together. Fantastic. And then I'm going to go in with my like smaller, flatter brush and just do a little bit of shimmer here on this eye. I'm just trying to keep it light. I'm not trying to make it too shimmery. So I'm trying to just keep it like kind of on the lower portion of my eye here. I also know that some of this is gonna come off just like in the course of everyday life doing things. So I'm not too worried if I put on a little bit too much. But I also don't want to like get it all over my makeup that's already on my face. So I'm trying to minimize the shimmer fallout here. With this eyeshadow palette, I haven't found that there's too much, just because it's more of like a shimmer shade than like a glitter. Like it's not like it doesn't have like big chunks of glitter in it or anything. All right, I'm just gonna blend a little bit of this on the edge just so that the shimmer blends into the edge, and I think that's pretty good for the eyes. I'm just gonna go in. I could totally be using this mirror that's next to me. That would be so much easier. And try to do like a thin line with my eyeliner. I do have the problem that I feel like I normally do a line that's too thick. And that's not the eyeliner's fault. This is the KVD tattoo liner, and it has a really thin tip. It's just like user error. I'm not that good at making it a really thin line. Okay, that already is not that thin. R.I.P. It's doing so good. It's okay, I'm gonna put lashes on top, but this is a bit thick, and I'm gonna thicken up this one. It's okay, the lashes will hide everything. I'm gonna go in with my Pacifica Vegan Collagen Lash Primer plus Serum. But I'm quickly coming up to the time where I need to head out. So just gonna put a little bit of primer on and just a little bit of mascara so that there's something for my lashes to hold onto. Going in with a little bit of the Urban Decay Perversion mascara. Just gonna do like a little bit of it just because I am gonna put lashes on. I'm gonna try to remember to set my face before I put on lashes so that I do not have the problem I did when I was doing like the trial run of this makeup, where I was trying to like set my face and fan it. And then I was like, what if my lashes come off with all my vigorous fanning? But I also didn't bring my fan, so I guess it would be fine if I set it after. But just trying to look nice in the photos, just trying to gonna make it so I don't look super greasy. I mean, things can always be edited, but hopefully my makeup just makes it through the day. All right, I'm going to call that good on the mascara. Then I can let that dry. Put on my lashes. I do need to find my eyebrow pomade in here. I do my eyebrows after I do my eyeshadow sometimes, just so I have like a little bit of like a better, like, I don't know, idea of where everything should be. I typically do this eyebrow first because I like the shape of this one better, and I just try to emulate it over onto this eye. But I am gonna try to keep it like pretty thin and natural today is the goal. We'll see if I achieve it. I do have Q-tips, so I can always go back in and clean it up as needed. All right, so pretty happy with the outline of this one that I did with my Morphe pencil. I'm gonna go in with a Morphe gel after I do the outline on this one. I'm definitely a little bit tired right now because I did go out last night, but hopefully this makeup is hiding all of that. I'm just trying to draw in a nice like shape just so I can just fill this in with pomade. I really do not like what this brow is looking like, but that's all right. It's not too bad. Plus this will be hidden by my hair a little bit, so it's not awful. But I do like what this one looks like. Just not this one. Just touch this up a little bit. I'm gonna go in with my brow pomade because I think it's as good as it's gonna get. So I'm going in with a MAC brow brush here. This is like, I think one of the only brushes that like I really splurged on because I feel like I have like almost no natural eyebrow, so I just spend like a lot of time and products trying to draw some on for myself, so I felt it was worth the investment. So I just need to set my face, put on my lashes, and be ready to go here. So thank you all for hanging out with me this morning, if it's still the morning for you, or some people it might be afternoon already, but pretty happy with how these came out. Just gonna feather the front a little bit with an Anastasia brush just so that it looks a little bit less like I drew on my eyebrows this morning, but it still definitely looks like I did, unfortunately. I do need to find my lipstick primer in here as well. So I'm going to go in with my MAC Prep and Prime also so that I can put on lipstick after this, but getting pretty close here. I'm gonna set my face before I do my lashes. I know my phone's like about to fall. Just doing the best I can at Airbnb. Okay, lashes I need are here. Lash glue. I cannot find anything in my makeup bag. All right, lash glue and this. I don't know where my face setting spray is. Here it is. All right. I am graduating in like an hour and a half here, so pretty hyped. Just fan this on my face a little bit, so hopefully my face stays. This is the NYX Matte Finish Spray. It's not my favorite one, but my normal like makeup setting spray is, it's too large to fit. So hopefully this stays on my face. This one is like a pretty decent setting spray, so should be good still. I am gonna go in with my Ardell Naked Lashes, the 426. I am getting my master's degree, so pretty hyped about that. I did pre-cut these lashes when I was doing my trial run of this makeup look because my eyes are like a little bit smaller. Oh, there's like a really weird clump on my eyelash glue. That's weird. I'm gonna go in here with a thin line of the Duo Black Lash Glue. I do use a black glue just because I feel like it blends in better with my eye makeup look. I'm getting my master's in business analytics, so, well, I guess I kind of already have it. This is just the ceremony, but pretty hyped. So I'm just gonna blow on the lash a little bit so that it's tacky, so that when I put it on my eye, it will stick a little bit better and the glue won't hopefully smear on my eyeshadow look. I do just try to place it on my eye, like in the center, and then I try to adjust the edges of the lash. Just hoping they stick on. Okay, I did get a little bit of glue on my face, but this should be okay. No one's gonna know. There we go. Okay, my eyelash is popping up, so just make sure the inner corner is down. But pretty good. So hopefully this stays on my face. Looks good for now. I just don't want the inside to come up, but should be okay. All right, I'm gonna clean out the glue that I smeared on my face a little bit here. Not too bad. Okay, on to the next lash. Oops, I dropped the box. I'm gonna put a little lash glue on. I'm a little bit concerned about this large clump that's on my lash glue, but I don't really know what happened. I don't know. Sometimes things maybe don't fly well, and this is maybe one of those things, but I don't know why that would be. But I'm just gonna cap that and deal with that later. So same thing, just gonna blow on it. I do put mine on tweezers, not special tweezers, just regular tweezers. I know there's definitely like special tweezers you can use to put on false lashes, but I just use the regular. Not because I think I'm particularly good at putting on false lashes. This is just kind of what I've always done, so works for me well enough. But there's definitely tools that make it easier, and I've heard some good reviews, some not so good reviews on using the tools, so it's really about finding what works for you, and for me, regular tweezers work fine enough. If I could get this to stick to my eye, that would be fantastic. Make sure the outer corner sticks and the inner corner sticks. Definitely just stabbed myself in the eye, but that's okay. But this is basically the look. I just need to put on a little bit of, oh, my lash is coming off. Just need to put on a little bit of lipstick here. I can always reglue the lashes, they're popping up, so I'm gonna move on to my lipstick. Okay, my lash is not sticking to my face. I'm moving on to lipstick. Again, I'm using another KVD product. Not because I'm a particularly big fan of hers, it's just some of the products I've found work well, and I have not found anything that replaces them yet, but they're pretty good. Plus, this is like a nice neutral lip color. At least that I think is neutral. Plus, it's nice because it is like a little bit closer to like my natural lip color, so that when it does come off, it's not as obvious, I feel like. just putting this on. Okay, I got my knock that it's time to go, so wrapping this up here. All right, just make sure my lipstick looks good. I do try to smile when I put on my lipstick just so that I can see like what it's gonna look like and if it's even. Because I hate when I like look at photos of myself and my lipstick like very uneven when I smile. So it looks pretty good. Just gonna touch it up a little bit, but pretty happy with it. Pretty happy with it. I'm not doing anything too crazy, just because I'm trying to look nice, trying to look timeless. See if I can show you guys like the final look here. Kind of like some better light, but pretty happy with it. So I'm off to my ceremony. Thank you for hanging out with me this morning, this afternoon. Really appreciate it. Enjoy your Friday.